Hello girls and boys, welcome to Elementor Tips and Tricks video clips. The subject of today's tutorial is the sticky hidden footer. I guess you all have seen it before. It's the kind of a footer that actually sits in a page bottom, hidden by the main content, and reveals itself if we scroll the page or content all the way up. In case your footer is taller than the viewport, sticky footer doesn't make much sense. The most common situation when the footer becomes taller than the viewport is on mobile devices, because footer columns tend to collapse. They are not one next to each other anymore, but rather one on top of another, thus making the footer really tall. No matter what, it's quite easy to disable sticky footer for mobile devices in Elementor. I'm going to show you how. So it's up to you to decide how useful that kind of a footer really is. And I said that because websites today are mostly built according to mobile-first strategy, or according to the idea that mobile design as the hardest should be done first. Anyhow, as I said, it's up to you to decide. So this time I'm actually starting from scratch. I'm going to create header, footer, and then the page that will use my header and footer, just like any other normal website page. So let's start with the header first. I'm going to select Templates, Theme Builder, from admin menu, and then add new template. Template type will be header. Of course, we gotta name it. Let's name it header. Awesome header will be fine. Create template. I don't want to waste time on designing the header. I'll simply insert the one from Elementor's library. So let's pick this one and simply insert. Okay, it looks fine. Publish. Where do you want to display your template? Add condition. Entire site will be just fine. Save and close. And the header is done. Let's go back to WordPress admin and do the same for our page footer. So templates, theme builder, add new. This time we're gonna select footer template type and name it like footer, like I don't know, awesome footer will be okay. Create template. Likewise, I'm gonna build this footer from scratch. I'll rather pick existing one. This one will be fine. Insert. Okay, it looks fine. Be sure that your footer is made out of one section only, because the section itself is going to become sticky, and the section may have any number of columns or subsections inside of it. It doesn't matter. Just be sure you build one section footer, just like this one. It has one main section. Okay, so publish. Where do you want to display your template? Add condition, entire site, save and close. Alright, now that the footer is done, let's create the page. I do not want to create any template. I just want to add new page that's going to be nothing but a regular WordPress page built with Elementor. So pages, add new. Page title will be hidden footer, and edit with Elementor, of course. Alrighty, here's our header, footer, and first thing I'm gonna do is to hide the original page title, because it hangs out. It kind of hangs out of the layout and doesn't look right. So settings, hide original title. Alright, I'll rather add title by using heading Elementor widget. Drag and drop. Page title will be hidden footer. Let's change the color of the header. Okay, next, drag and drop. I'm gonna drag and drop text editor below my heading widget, heading element, because I'm gonna add some lorem ipsum dummy text. So let's go to lorem ipsum generator website, select all, copy and paste all to our text widget, like that. Okay, I'm gonna make the text bigger now in order to have a taller main section, more content to scroll. Okay, so style, maybe change the text color too. Okay, typography, let's make it 20 pixels big. Weight, let's make it thinner, and maybe increase line height a bit. Yeah, that's just fine. Publish. Okay, we finally have all that we need, so we can get to the very point of this tutorial, finally. First of all, open the footer template in Elementor. Be sure the footer section is highlighted, Advanced tab, and expand Motion Effects panel. From the sticky drop down, choose Bottom. That's what's gonna keep the footer stuck to the bottom of the page all the time. And remove mobile from the list of devices, because the most likely our footer will become too tall to fit the viewport height, thus making the footer only partially visible. It'll be cut off, probably the most likely at the top. Let's go back to our page and see how the things look like. Here is our page. I actually have the header, footer, and page open across 3 browser tabs, because that's how I don't need to go back to WordPress admin and reopen any of these every time I want to change something. However, every time I change something in either of these 3, like I did in footer, in page footer, I have to refresh browser tabs of the other 2, because otherwise changes would not take place by itself. It's because Elementor does cache open documents. And if I now refresh my page tab, you'll be able to see our new sticky footer. Okay? It just sits down there, quite useless at this point because it covers the text of the main section, while the things should work the other way around. So our task is to actually send the footer to back behind the main section. The way I'm going to do that is pretty much straightforward, by manipulating elements stacking order. Just to mention that before I publish any of my tips and tricks videos, I do thorough testings to be sure that everything works properly. I don't just stick to only one approach, I usually do as many as I can think of. So I consider this very method to be the best option. Alright, let's go back to our footer template, Advanced tab, and expand Custom CSS panel now. I'm gonna write all of my CSS custom code right here in footer CSS panel. Why? Because whenever this footer is going to be in use, it will affect some other elements on a way I specify here, or because the footer is where the effect originates from. What I want to check with you first is how Elementor document or page is structured when rendered in browser. So let's go back to our page for a moment and let's preview our page in browser. Okay, I'm going to use browser developer tools to inspect the HTML code. Right mouse click, inspect element. Okay, close main. Alrighty, the situation here should be clear enough. We have 3 main major wrapping elements inside of which everything else happens. Here is the div element with the class Elementor location header, and that's our header obviously. Then the main section with the class name site main, and that's the main section. And then another div element named Elementor location footer. What I'm about to do is to define, or better say redefine, the stacking order of these 3 major wrapping elements. As I said earlier, footer should be located behind the main section. Stacking order of any HTML element is controlled by z-index CSS property, which means that our footer should have z-index that is less than the main section z-index. Navigation bar must have the highest z-index because of the drop-down menus, okay? You don't want to have drop-down menus show up behind the main section. So this is going to be like 3, 2, and 1. Let me show you. Let's go back to our footer template, highlight, okay, custom CSS. The first thing I'm gonna add is some rules for Elementor location header. Elementor location header, open close curly brackets, and I'm gonna type in position relative, okay, and z-index is going to be 3. Alright, that's the header. Now I can simply copy and paste and change class name only. Now our main section, site main, position relative, and z index is going to be 2. And the last one is going to be Elementor location footer, like that. Position relative, and z index is going to be the lowest. It's going to be 1. Alright, as I said before, this footer is the location of the sticky footer effect, and it does affect Elementor location header and main section elements on a way I specified in this CSS panel. Okay, why did I use position relative? It's because z-index property does not work without defining element position. That's how things work in CSS. We just have to add position relative, otherwise z-index wouldn't have any impact on the stacking order. Alright, let's see how it looks like on front end. Refresh. As you can see, the footer is behind the text now, the main section. However, since we didn't define any background color to the main section itself, it's transparent. I could fix that by adding background color to the section, but if there's like, let me refresh the Elementor editor. But if there's like 15 sections, I would have to do it for each and every one of them, which is kind of stupid, especially if I decide to change the background color of all the sections one day. Or what if I have several pages with multiple sections per page? That would be one hell of a work. So instead of hell of a work, I will define the background color of entire main section in my CSS. Let's get back to footer now. And I'm going to simply add background color property to site main. Okay, it's going to be white. Alright, update. And let's see how it looks like on front end. Yep. Looks good, right? We are already there, almost there. And finally, how about adding some margin to top and bottom of my text section? I don't like to see it being stuck at the very top or bottom. Let's see what's going to happen if I do that. So let's go back to our page, highlight our section. I cannot highlight it right now because I have to open Navigator. I'm going to tell you about that a little bit later. So section, advanced, tab, and add 100 pixels to top and bottom, just like that. Okay, update. Let me refresh the page because there's no background. Yeah, that's it. Okay, let's preview. Okay, I'm going to show you what happens if I scroll the page. If I reach the very bottom, you can notice that the scrolling is not continuous. Take a look at that. It's not continuous. Or otherwise, the main section does scroll for a while, but it doesn't cover the footer, as if there's a gap. Well, not as if, there is a gap indeed. More precisely, 100 pixels big gap. What it means? It means that if we use margin on the topmost and of course bottommost section, scrolling over the footer might be somewhat imprecise because margin creates the gap, obviously. Now, in order to overcome the issue, I'm simply going to add another property to the main section, which is going to be overflow hidden property. So let's get back to our custom CSS panel of the footer, and let's add overflow hidden to our site main. Alright, update. The overflow property actually specifies what happens if content overflows an elements box. In our case, the text section overflows site main when margin is used. If we use padding instead, everything would work fine because padding adds space inside the element box. Margin does things the other way around. But I just want both margin and padding work identically or properly without any gaps, okay? Let's refresh front end now. Okay, and there it is. No gap anymore. Everything works as expected. Elementor, let's refresh it. And at the end we gotta see whether everything works right in responsive mode, especially mobile devices. Okay, responsive mode tablet. Let's see how it looks like. Yep, it works fine. Okay, drop downs work fine. Let's check mobile. Alright. As you can see, the footer is no longer sticky and scrolls with the rest of the content, which is exactly what we defined at the beginning. Alright. Oh, there's also one little thing that I wanted to pay your attention to, and which is the result of redefining z-index of our element wrappers. So let's go back to the footer template. Maybe you did not notice before, the footer section controls are not accessible or not visible. This happens, or partially visible, because there's a border on top of the footer. Anyhow, this happens because the main section now has the higher stacking order or z-index and covers the footer section controls. Everything else inside the section works just fine. All the columns and widgets are selectable. So is there any remedy for that problem? Well, you can simply open Navigator like this and then highlight this section by using Navigator, okay? Or you can right mouse click anywhere and select Navigator. You see the Navigator, our section is now selectable. You could also create an empty section and place it above the actual footer section. It won't do any harm and it won't be visible in front end. Plus that, it makes the crucial section controls accessible again, like this. Okay, select just one column section, just like that, and drag it on top of the footer. And now, as you can see, our footer controls are back. Okay, update. Let's see whether it looks fine in front end. Yeah, it's all good. There's also another method which includes more CSS, but I don't want to bother because I think that these two are just fine to solve that minor drawback. And this is it for today. Here is our hidden sticky footer. We have come to the end, girls and boys. If you like this tutorial, give me a thumb up, comment, share, spread the word. Anything you do will be just fine. And if you do so, I'll make more Elementor tips and tricks videos. Stay tuned, and from the bottom of my heart, thanks for your support.